So I'm thinking, just as I go, about boys' names that boys have to deal with in life. And I'm thinking about some names that are good and bad, and I'm wondering what makes the name good for a boy and what makes the name bad. So I'm thinking about Percy, or Percival, to begin with. And there's something wrong with that name for a boy. It doesn't work. It is what I regard it as is something that's inflicted on a boy, and he would have to deal with that name in life somehow. To be called Percival is inexplicable why parents would go down that route. I think it is not a good name to be called if you're a male. So I don't know what it is about the name Percival, which is inexplicable and unmanly. It's just not good for a masculine child to be Percival. I'm wondering what it is about the intonation, the sound of the name. Maybe it's the C or the per. I'm trying to work out what it is about the name that is wrong for a boy. And then I made me making me wonder about names in general and when certain names work and certain names don't work as regards boys and girls, I suppose. So I'm thinking about boys' names that do work and boys' names that don't. And one name I think doesn't work for a boy is Kevin. There's something about Kevin which seems negative. It just seems, it's hard to define, but there's something not good about that name. Yeah, I don't think it works well as a boy's name. Darren works well. Michael works well. John, Richard. Um, but I'm wondering why some names are good and some not. Um, as I said, Kevin doesn't work. I'm wondering, I think K is generally a good name, or good letter to use within a boy's name. But for some reason, Kevin doesn't work. Victor does work, so it's probably not the V. There's something about the intonation which is not good for a boy. As I said, Michael is a good name. And I'm wondering about Peter. I'm not sure about Peter. I'm in the middle on that. There's something about the intonation that's not great. Maybe it's the P sound. It's not quite solid, not quite good. So, as I said, Percival is inexplicable why parents would name their boy Percival. There are so many names, obviously, and some work and some don't. Calling a boy Percival or Marion or Sylvester. Other names don't come to mind right now. I don't know. So, I think a boy's name shouldn't sound feminine, and it shouldn't sound. I mean, how do you describe Kevin, for example? It sounds silly. So, boy's name should be dependable and solid, reliable, strong sounding. So, I think it's important to aim for that with a boy's name because some names go down the wrong path. Girls' names I haven't really thought about. I think some names don't work, like Tracy. I don't think that's a very good name. Doris, not a great name. I can't think of any right now. But the point is, I'm trying to understand what it is about names that can be negative. Maybe it's a p or d sound. It's interesting to wonder what it is about the intonation that makes the name solid or makes the name sometimes pathetic, makes the name positive or negative. So it's interesting.